Everyone, so I just wanted to film a really nice fun little get ready with me. I apologize I don't talk a whole lot in this because I'm focusing on my makeup because I haven't done one of these in forever, but this is just a really easy everyday makeup look you can use. I will leave all the products that I use in the description below. I will just put a disclaimer now, I'm not a huge fan of this eye look, but it goes with the makeup look and looks okay. So I mean, you can tweak it using anything you want because it's using a certain palette with a ton of different eyeshadows. But overall, I do really like this makeup look. It's super easy to wear. Anybody could do it. It's super easy. But I will leave all the products in the description box below if you want to try out these makeup products for yourself. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, so let's go on and get into it. Hello everyone. I'm going to apologize right now because I film on my phone, so I don't have a zoom. So we'll get through it as best we can, but I'm going to start off with putting on my Aquaphor lip repair. I would put on my Mary Kay night cream, but I don't currently know where it is. Probably around my nightstand somewhere, but that's down the hall. Just going to keep that on until we decide to do our lips. And then to start off, I'm going to grab, first of all, my Becca Backlight Primer, because if you saw my 2015 favorites, I love this stuff. But before I put that on, I think I'm going to spray my skin with, let's do our MAC Prep and Prime. And I'm almost done. I'm so sad. I have like this tiny bit left. I don't know what I'm going to do because I love this stuff. Whew. Fan my face off, and then after that we'll put this one on. They're both kind of hydrating and glowy, but this one gives you like that dewy finish for a lot longer, and I really enjoy it. And the MAC just kind of like plumps up your skin, helps lock in your moisturizer, and just gives you a little bit extra moisture and glow, which I love. Alright. So now I'm going to take my Becca Backlight Primer. I'm just going to squirt a little bit on my fingers, if you can see. Let's see. Sometimes this thing does not want to push down. So I want to take about that much. And what I do is I start by dotting it on. Ooh, this is kind of cold. Like any place you would normally highlight your face. So cheekbones, cupid bone, nose, chin, forehead. Then I kind of like concentrate it there. And then once I've done that, I kind of like basically do that. Then I massage it out all over my face. It's really cooling and hydrating and gives you that nice glow. That is wonderful. I mean, you could wear it in summertime. I would wear this all year round because my skin is on the normal to dry side, and matte foundations can really suck the life out of my face. And this kind of helps me stay looking more not dead in a sense. It just gives me a little bit of glow and hydration and makes my skin look better, longer, and I have a hair in my face. Not that you can see it, but I can. Well, I can feel it. Alright, so I'm going to give that just a little bit time to set. And I'm going to get ready to use one of my favorite foundations that I didn't even mention in my 2015 favorites. I just threw the cap across the room, but it's the Naked Skin Foundation by Urban Decay. And I have it in the shade 0.5. And I actually mixed this with a little bit of my MAC Face and Body in White. And I'm like halfway out of this. I'm going to freak out when I run out because I love this stuff. I'm going to get 1.5 to 2 pumps on the back of my hand. It's super runny, so I'm not going to show you because it'll run everywhere. Get just a little bit of this on. I don't need a lot because this is pretty close to my skin tone. My face is just a little bit darker than my neck. Don't ask me how that happens because I couldn't tell you. Mixy. I very sloppily mix it all over the back of my hand. And then, I was going to use my beauty blender today too. Well, I use it for concealer. Well, I'm going to patch this roughly all over before I blend it in with a makeup brush. And the reason why I'm not looking directly into the camera is because I shoot in selfie mode so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm just staring at myself in the camera so that I can see what I'm doing. That's why I'm not looking directly at you, if you are curious. Then I'm going to take my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki, spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. I'll basically spray this on my hand like this. And then just dab my brush in it because it helps blend things so nicely. And then I'll like press it and stipple it and then buff it. I feel like I always do my foundation too fast. Like I think it's blended in when it's really not. And then over the course of the day I look like a doofus. So I'm really going to take my time to blend this in today, make it look really nice and beautiful. And I love this foundation because it's lightweight. Well, it says weightless, duh. And it's really liquidy, but it covers really nicely. I'm going to grab my mirror, actually. I have this mirror right here. I'm just going to look into it so I can get a closer view of my blending and everything. Drag it down my neck as much as I can. Right now I'm going to go straight onto my hand with my brush because I like to build this up around areas. I have a lot of freckles, not that you can tell. I mean, maybe you can. I have a lot of freckles and really bad dark circles and a bunch of discoloration. I'm just a mess now. But I like to build this up because this is a very, very buildable foundation. I have a lot of redness on my nose. I forgot to use my green primer today, but oh well. Life will go on. It's okay. So I stamp that on wherever I want to build it up, and then I just keep on blending. And I need to get this hair out of my face before I lose my mind. Okay. Real girl problems. First world problems. It's okay, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to blend that all in. And this foundation does have a dewier finish, but that primer definitely helps give it even more of a glowy finish, especially I like wearing it right now because it's winter. So the air is dry, skin is dry, so I need that extra glow in my skin to make it look really awake. I even itch. So basically I'm going to take whatever's on the back of my hand and just wipe it off with the tissue. I always keep a box of tissues handy because I don't have any makeup wipes. I need to get more. Alright, now for concealer. Oh my gosh, I don't want to remove my makeup by itching my face, so I'm just going to use my makeup brush. That's weird. I'm going to use, this is my current favorite under eye concealer. It's the Maybelline, like, Dream Lumi Illuminating whatever thing. It's the pink one and the brightening one. I love this for under eye circles. It's fantastic. And I try to somewhat liberally apply it in the inner corner and down here where I get really, really dark circles. And sometimes up here on the bridge of my nose because I get blue there too. Because my skin is so pale and it's like slightly thin and translucent. So I look very blue there. I should really take a before and after picture sometime just to show you how blue I get and how much this helps brighten and cover those circles. I'm going to take it down my nose. Because, I mean, I also have a neutral to cool undertone on my skin. So these pink concealers can honestly be a concealer all on their own for this, like, function for me. It's wonderful. Okay. I'm going to use my e.l.f. small tapered. Actually, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to go dampen my Real Technique sponge so I can use it to blend on my concealer because it's my favorite thing ever. So hold tight. Alright, so I have my Real Technique sponge nice and damp. Now I'm going to take this and just very gently blend in my concealer with it. This thing works better than a brush for me in this area sometimes because my eyes are kind of deep set. So it can get hard to get in there, and it blends it really nicely and really quickly. I just try not to press it too hard since I do want to keep the most coverage as possible. Sorry, I'm going to scoot up so you can somewhat see better. But again, I don't have zoom on my camera, so just bear with me. At least not in this selfie mode, which is what I shoot in, so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, I'm just going to blend that for a minute so I have as little creasing as possible. Just to make sure it's as pressed into the skin as it can possibly get. And now what I'm going to do, just to brighten my complexion a little bit more, I'm actually going to take my NYX HD concealer, which I haven't used as much, but I do love. It's very brightening. I have this in Fair. I'm going to make that little triangle under my eye, but I'm going to try to not use too much product, and on my nose, and anywhere else I want to brighten. Do some on my forehead. I have a huge forehead. Chin. Then I like to use some down here. A little more for the other under before I forget it. Nice little triangle V shape. I try not to do too much right under my eye because then concealer just creases like crazy on me, so I try not to put too much concealer there. Some concealers don't sit well on me, and some just crease like crazy. I need a good under eye setting powder. So if you guys have any suggestions for good under eye setting powders, please feel free to leave them below in the comments, and I will definitely check that out. Blend, blend, blend. Oh, and I turned it to this flat side to blend all the other parts of my face. It just blends concealer so beautifully. I'm just doing this to brighten, not to conceal anything down here. Just gently pouncing it on my face. I might as well just drag it on my neck because you know who knows. And this really conceals and brightens beautifully. I have some redness, so it conceals that really nicely. And it brightens skin. And it looks really beautiful. And this helps it look not so cakey and like overdone when you apply it. It's wonderful. I only like it for concealer. I don't really use it for foundation that often. Okay. I'm gonna blend under my eyes since I do have a little bit of creasing and settling. I have fine lines under my eyes, so everything settles there. So I just try to gently dab off enough so where it doesn't do that. And then I'll set it with a powder later, which will also help with that. Okay, now let me dig out my under eye setting powder. First, I'm going to close this so it doesn't dry out. I hate it whenever I have a really good product and I just forget to close it and then it dries out. It drives me crazy. So the powders I'm going to use to set my face today are the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Light and the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. So I'm going to start by setting my eyes. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, normally I'll use my e.l.f. small tapered brush for my under eyes, but actually their Studio Blush Brush is just a little bit floppier and I like it a little bit more. I don't know why, I just like it better for setting my under eyes. So powdery. Alright, just going to pick up a little bit of that on my brush and then gently dab it all over until everything is nice and smooth and matte. And I'll just barely tap it with my finger. That needs a little bit more powder. I can still feel slight tackiness. Gently put that on without disturbing too much of that concealer. Perfect. Now we're going to move on to the other eye. For some reason, I always feel like this eye takes less than the other eye. I don't get why. I don't get it. I have a weird face. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to close up that powder. There's so much. And then I'm going to move on to my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. And I'm going to use, let's see here, an e.l.f. complexion brush. I'm just going to swirl it all in there. And set my foundation. This powder is really nice because it's very, very sheer. It's matte, but it's like not so matte that it just dries you out. But I really enjoy it. It gives your face a really smooth look without really building up any of the coverage of your foundation. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Now let's move on to contour and blush and highlight and bronzer, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go to my e.l.f. contour palette. And I'm first actually going to start by brightening up my complexion. I'm going to use these two lighter shades. I like to use both. I just dab it in both, a couple times, tap off excess. And I'll use this under my eyes because this does help conceal those dark circles. And I'll use a little bit down my nose, cupid's bow, chin, and then right down here. It just brightens it up a little bit. Makes it look nice and radiant. Then I'm going to take my e.l.f. Mineral Powder Blush. I'm going to dip it into this contour powder just barely because it's so deep and dark. I'm going to contour with it. I like to apply it to both sides and then blend it out as I go. I don't know why I do that. I'm weird. And then I'm taking any excess and just brushing it off my arm. I know it's real sanitary, right? And then blending that out really nicely. Because I am so afraid that I use the tiniest amount of this. And then if you feel like you have too much, always blend it like up on your cheekbone or cheek area. Because blending it down, if you take your contour too low, it can look kind of funky, at least in my opinion for me. Okay, add a little bit there, just so it matches the other side a little bit better. Alright, now for blush, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Studio Powder, Studio Blush, whatever, in a mauve, because I love how it looks with all these different things. I just dab it in there a couple times to tap off the excess, and then I'm going to pick up my mirror. And I basically like to do it from here. I don't like to put it too much on the apple of my cheek, just the outer part. And I kind of dot it then, blend it like that. So it kind of lines up with that contour a little bit. And then blend so we have no harsh lines. This blush is so nice for fall and winter. It's just so beautiful. It's funny, it looks really So pretty. Right now for my highlight today, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Fergie Highlight in Rose Champagne Glow. And for this, I will be taking my e.l.f. small tapered brush, if I can find it, this one right here. I'm going to just do that to get a good amount of product on, tap off the excess, and start by going to the center and kind of up my nose. I like to start in the center of my face. This is such a beautiful highlight. Chin. Let's do cheekbones. Just the high points. And then I kind of take it in that C shape around my eye. See that glow? It's so beautiful. You can take it up above your brows a little bit, maybe in the center of your forehead. I mean, this blush can be subtle or built up, just depending on how you want to wear it. Did I say blush? I meant highlight. I'm struggling today. Beautiful. Alright, now let's move on to eyebrows. I'm going to take my e.l.f. micro brow pencil, whatever it is, in taupe. First I'm going to brush through them. Then I'm going to take this side and start to fill them in. I hate my eyebrows so much. They're so difficult to work with sometimes. Because they're very sparse in some areas. Oh wow, I'm covering you up. You can't even see. I'm going to try to make this look as natural as possible. Not that that's really going to happen, but... Okay. Now I'm going to brush through those just to more evenly distribute the product or whatever. Because I'm not really going for crazy brows, clearly. Alright, once I've done that, I'm going to take my NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. It's just a clear brow gel. It's really awesome for holding stuff and not adding any extra color. And just run that through my brows to set them in place, so that they don't move throughout the day. Perfect. Now we're going to move on to the eye makeup. I need a primer. What primer do I want to use? I'm going to try one of these Urban Decay sample primers I got. I'm just going to do the original one. I've never tried this primer before, so I'm super excited that I got it as a sample with my Naked eyeshadow palette. Now let's see if I can just get the darn thing open. Okay, here we go. It's open. There's still the packaging stuff on it. Let's see if I can squeeze some of this out and use it on my eyelid. Ooh, that's very thick. Hopefully that's not too much. Just gonna put this all over my eyelid. This feels a lot like my e.l.f. Shadow Lock Eye Primer. Get a little bit more from my other eye if I can squeeze it out. There we go. I'm also gonna grab my mirror so I can see this a little better. Hope I did not use too much. Who knows though. Alright, I'm gonna use a bare finger just to kind of blend that out and dab it in. Funny, I can actually see that on my eyelid. It's got that much of a hint of a color. That's starting to get a little bit tacky. Wonderful. Alright, now today I'm going to use my MAC Cool Neutrals palette. And I'm going to start with my e.l.f. blending brush. It's the kind of like tapered one that's like skinny and then a little more full. And I'm going to start with, let's see here, this shade right here. It's a little bit darker than it's showing on camera, but it's just like a nice creamy taupey beige color, I think. So I swirl my brush in that. I'm going to set that down. I have a mess over here, and I'm going to get my brush and put that in my crease. Just buff that through the crease really nicely. Oh good, that shows up darker on mine than I thought it would. That's nice. It does give me some nice definition. Circular motions, just to buff that in the crease. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm too hard on my eyes. Pick some more up and do it on my other eye. And this will just help everything blend a little bit more smoothly. And then I'm going to actually just go ahead and pick this up and use this like matte creamy shade for a brow bone highlight. Normally I like something more shimmery, but I'm going to try to only use this palette today. Because normally I'd bring in another highlight that's like pearly and shimmery. But I might just mix it with this like pink pearly color. I mean, there's not too much pink in it, but it's more just pearly, just to give that more of a satin finish. Now what do I want to use on my lids? I'm going to take my Palladio small flat shader brush or whatever. And I'm going to grab this nice kind of like, I might do a mixture of these two like silver sparkly shades. Yeah, that's what they look like. That'll be pretty. I got that on my flat shader brush and I'm going to put that all over my eyelid. I'm just going to pat it on. Well, I might do a little bit of swiping motions, but just a nice light shimmery color. And I have the palette in my lap, so that's why I'm looking down so I can see where I'm getting my shadow from. Because my makeup desk is a mess right now. And I am by no means a makeup artist. I suck at applying eyeshadows. I just suck at it. Right now I'm going to just use the other side of that brush. And I'm going to dip into... let's go with this deepest brown shade. I'm going to focus that on the outer part of my lid and try to just put it up and a little bit into my crease. I'm just going to tap that on a little bit. And then put it into the crease a little bit, just to give my eye a little bit more definition. That sounds so weird. Let's give our eye more definition. Oh, it sounds so strange to me. Okay. Other eye. Okay, now I'm going to take that same blender brush and blend it out because I suck at placing and blending eyeshadows, and this like does a job for me. And I'm actually going to dip into that brown shade with this brush too. This kind of blends it while it applies, so it makes my life easier. Okay, I'm going to wipe off the excess product and just keep on blending that so it's nice and smooth. I have a beautiful eye look going on. I don't even know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. I'm going to take more of that first shade we used in our crease just to blend that on and make it look, like not look as harsh, if that's even a thing. I don't know. We're going to go with it. Okay. Just going to blend. Whoops! I'm going to grab that off the floor really quick. Gonna blend, blend, blend. Okay. Good enough. Not really a fan of that gray taupey color, but we'll roll with it. It's not too big of a deal. It goes well with my shirt. Okay, let's see here. Let's do some eyeliner-y stuff. Maybelline Master Drama eyeliner in Midnight Master. I haven't used this in forever. Let's see if I have any left. And I am going to be attempting to do this. Let's do my waterline, actually. I normally don't do this because I have really sensitive, oily eyelids. So they water like crazy and get oily and everything goes everywhere. But I'm going to attempt to line my waterline with this in tight line. Lots of concentration. I'm just going to go upper, upper, then lower, lower. Wow, that eyeshadow's got some fallout in it. Oh well, know that for next time. Alright, I'm going to put my mirror down. I'm actually going to look down. I'll be right back. I'm going to do my lower waterline. Alright, so I went ahead and did my lower waterline, and then actually took my Makeup Geek palette and got the black eyeshadow and set my lower waterline with that because my eyes get really watery. So I'm going to try setting it with the powder to see if that makes it last a little longer so it doesn't like move, because no matter what eyeliner I use down there, it always moves. So now I'm going to take my CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara, and I'm going to put mascara on. I don't curl my lashes half the time because they are already up and beautiful. This is seriously like the best mascara ever. I also love the Too Faced Better Than Sex, Benefit They're Real, Smashbox Full Exposure. So I also love high-end mascaras, but this one is just so beautiful. Right, lower lash line. I feel like I'm always sloppy with this too, which I really shouldn't be. I love how I'm like not even talking during this. A great YouTuber, right? So pretty. Now I'm gonna add another mascara on top of this just to volumize a little bit. I'm actually gonna use Too Faced Better Than Sex. Oh, because it just looks so beautiful with this CoverGirl one. Oops, what did I drop? Oh, my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette, that's cool. Okay. Oh, my eyelashes look weird over there. And I have something in my, great, right? Okay, now for my lips. I'm going to go in with my mauve lip liner from L'Oreal Infallible. Yeah, I don't need the sharpener. Here we go. And I'm going to line this and probably fill them in. I'm doing this very roughly. Now I'm going to take my lipstick. This is the Maybelline Matte, what is this called? Maybelline Matte Lipstick in Lust for Blush 665. I love this so much. It's like the creamiest matte lipstick ever. It doesn't dry my lips out. I love it. So pretty. Well, I did a really even job there. I'm gonna take some lip liner and fix that. I'm terrible at doing an even lip line. It's not my skill. Not my skill at all. I might clean that up with concealer in a minute. I'm talented. Now, I'm done with the makeup for now. Let's see. I'm just going to set my face now. So I'm going to take my MAC one more time, spray that. And take my Skindinavia and spray that. It feels so, so good. Take my hair down. And there we are. Alright everyone, so that is the finished makeup look. It's very easy every day. I mean, there's not too much craziness going on anywhere. I'm not too crazy about the eye look, but I do love this palette, so I mean, I would recommend that palette to anybody. And this is just a really nice everyday makeup look that you can do. It's not too hard. I mean, seriously, it's so easy. If you want to see any specific makeup looks, just leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!